What else do you guys want to talk about?
Oh my gosh, probably the thing that's on everybody's mind right now, which is tariffs and the uncertainty in the market.
There's a lot going on right now.
Yeah.
There is.
I don't know if I've ever written down more notes.
Yeah.
There's this guy named Peter Navarro. Do you guys know who he is?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some of his quotes here lately.
He is in charge of directing Trump's trade plan.
Mm-hmm.
He's the number one voice behind this.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that the majority of mainstream economists look down on Peter Navarro?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's considered to be combative.
Mm-hmm.
He's considered to be more political than analytical. And he's written books about how to beat up China. And Trump has hired a guy who essentially, I think, is taking out his political agenda and his, I don't want to say hatred of China.
I was going to say, though, they're the ones that got hit the hardest, so I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, but I mean, Emma, what are the economists saying about tariffs? Like, what do they say?
I mean, nobody wins with tariffs. You can say, the U.S. is better off than the country that we're placing the tariff on, but at the end of the day, nobody wins in a trade war. And the other thing, too, is it's just so uncertain. There's most likely some negotiations that are going to be taking place. We don't know what the long-term tariff rate's going to be, so it's very hard for anyone to know what's coming next, what the market's going to do, how they're going to react.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, tariffs help ultimately no one.
I thought I made this video to the clients the other day about they're saying that the iPhone could be $3,000.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to pay $3,000 for an iPhone?
Not me.
How long do we go paying for a $3,000 iPhone before Americans start getting really pissed off?
Yeah.
We were talking yesterday. The idea is to bring manufacturing back to America,
Mm-hmm.
make iPhones in America, right?
Right.
Okay, how long does it take to build a $1 billion factory to make iPhones in Dallas,
Exactly.
Texas?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Same thing
Years.
goes with the
5,
auto
6
industry.
years?
Not only does it take years and years, but we're talking huge infrastructure spending.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, but we've talked about it too. What company is going to say, oh, I'm moving everything to the U.S. because it's going to be more tax friendly when we don't even know if next month the tariffs are going to change
Right.
because things are so back and forth.
Yeah. How do the CEOs plan right now?
Here's my impression of the tariff laws. There it is. It's a law. 50% tariffs. Okay? Now you're going to spend $10 billion, $1 billion, whatever it is, $500 million to manufacture in the United States. You're 2 years into the project, and then the same guy goes like this. I changed my mind. No, it's like,
Yeah.
who's going to do that?
Right.
Yeah.
Especially when you think about the amount of very, very smart people, CEOs, economists. There's not one or two people. Usually, I always use a joke about watching CNBC in the morning. What do? You'll listen to one expert says do this, and you'll listen to the next expert on the next segment and just do the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like, this is not a 50-50 thing. No. The majority of people are saying this is an absolutely crazy idea.
Yeah.
I don't know where it ends, which is why you need the perfect retirement.
If you're positioned accordingly, you shouldn't have to worry about it at all. And that's where we try to place a lot of our clients.
Which is why you should make the right Social Security decision, which is why you should do your income plan, which is why you should have the withdrawal strategies. We make a point of calling people. Yesterday we started at the top of the list and we just work our way down, right? Mm-hmm. Typical financial advisor, what do they do when the market crashes?
Hide in the corner and try
they
to
hide under the covers,
hope no
right?
one calls them.
Not us, right? We're like, let's make a list and let's just start calling people.
Mm-hmm.
And what we were saying before we started recording the show, how pleasantly surprised we were.
Yeah.
Most people are positive. They understand they're in it for the long haul, and they've seen their plan, and they've seen what it looks like when it's stress tested, and they know they're going to be
They
okay.
have the perfect retirement.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't care what happens to the stock market. I'm not touching my stocks for the next 20 years.
Yeah.
They understand that they have bonds sitting there. If they call Bandry and say, I need $15,000 for the trip, it's there because it's sitting in bonds making 5% right now. By the way, when the stock market's been going down, what's been happening to bonds?
They've been going up.
Yeah.
Yep.
I said it twice in 2 videos this week. One way to think about the stock market, and there's this girl that you were talking to who's a client who was very concerned, and she will never hear this, but one way to think about this is when you hear the stock market is down 5% like it was the other day, you could say, oh my gosh, the world's coming to an end, my portfolio is falling. Logically, you would say, half of my portfolio is in the stock market, half of it is falling,
Right.
the other half
It's
is
going
going
up.
up.
Right.
Yep.
You know, it's like perspective, people.
Yeah.
So where does it all end, this tariff? What do you guys think? I have no idea.
No one knows. I don't think.
It's too unpredictable.
Well, this I know for sure. If you're in the perfect retirement and you avoid these common pitfalls, you're in a much better position than if you didn't tackle these things. So.
Yep.
Investment advisory services provided by Sear Financial Incorporated, an SEC-registered investment advisor. All content on this YouTube channel is for information purposes only and should not be considered investment, legal, or tax advice. Material presented is believed to be from reliable sources and no representations are made by our firm as to another party's informational accuracy or completeness. Neither Sear Financial Incorporated nor its representatives provide tax or legal advice, and nothing herein should be construed as such. Always consult with your tax advisor or attorney regarding your specific circumstances.